Hey, big hello once again to everyone watching and welcome back to some Nimby Rails. And I know it's been a little while, but we're back in this save file where we're in central London. Currently in East London at Barking, which I've forgotten to rename this station to Barking. It's currently called Wimpy, which is not right, last time I checked. Sort of set the simulation going. But since the last save, I did do a bit of work off stream, bit of offline play, and I have completed the entire DLR network. So we have the entirety of Lewisham to Bank, Bank to Beckton, Stratford to Canary Wharf. What we don't actually have, that I've just realised, is the Woolwich branch. So maybe not the entirety of the DLR branches, and we also don't have the Stratford International branch. So those are two branches that we could finish off, but I feel like that's going to be for another episode, because instead what I'm feeling like focusing on is actually... Oh, bit of echo there. Can you start the overground? That's actually a good question, and yes, I actually feel like I should start the overground. I feel like that is a nice logical thing to start with, because you know what? We've done the tube, we've done the DLR. Let's do some overground, and then we'll come back and expand the district line, because at the moment it's just Barking. Oh, there is a train collision that's just happened here. Right, well, do you know what? I don't think that's my fault, because I don't know what the C2C train is doing. I'll go back over here, and I'll need to rename this very quickly, because I didn't realise I'd left it at Wimpy, of all names. This is Barking. Done. There we go. Yeah, so I feel like the next sort of overground line to do, we could do the East London line. I guess that would make sense. We do have Shadwell. But sort of, you can sort of, I would be willing to take some suggestions from chat as to what what sort of overground lines we want to do. If not, I think the next sort of thing that I'd want to actually do is probably expand the district line. So from Bromley by Bow, just get district map, so I can just quickly get. Actually, I should probably go up onto Google Maps, shouldn't I? That would make more sense, because I can actually see where the tracks go. East London line? We're thinking of doing the East London line? Alright. I feel like that's a good suggestion. So, starting off with West Croydon, which would be, so that would be East Croydon, Wellesley Road. This will be West Croydon, as it says right over here, because it says West Croydon bus station. That does sort of help things. Funny that. Create stations, I'll use the UK, not third rail, for the DLR. I think UK rail on the ground. So this is not a sort of, if you like, levitated station. 300 meters. It's called West Croydon bus station, which I don't know how much I approve of. Then it'll come over the Norwood Junction sort of junction, I guess. And then Norwood Junction station would be around here. This would be Norwood Junction. And then go up straight through here. Then we'll get Crystal Palace as well. This will be a little branch line. We'll get the terminating platforms at the Crystal Palace. 300 meters. There we go. And then oh, so there's Sydenham after. Oh yeah, no, actually after Crystal Palace it is Sydenham. Although I feel like I've missed out. I have missed out. So what I've missed out here is Penge West and Annerley. Whereabouts would Penge? Is it Annerley then Penge West? Yeah, I think so. Annerley. Go here. It's not called Forest School or Pupils Garden. That wouldn't really be a very descriptive name for a station. It would actually be entirely meaningless, because it's like, oh, my nearest station to my local station is Pupil's House, and you're like, I don't know what that means. There's Penge West, then you have Sydenham, which actually used to be my local station growing up. So I was very much there for the sort of expansion of the East London line when it was converted from tube running onto National Rail sort of overground running, if you like. Then Honor Oak Park. Honor Oak Park is around here. And then Brockley, which I'm not 100% certain if it would be... I don't feel like Brockley would be here, but then that feels a bit too... is it Honor Oak Park, Brockley, then New Cross Gate, or is there a station in between? Honor Oak Park, and then it is Brockley, so Brockley is all the way up... not there, sorry. Was it there? No, it's... Those are like railway tracks. Oh, Brockley is actually here. That's interesting. There's Brockley. When will the next City Bus Manager vid come out? That is a good question. I would say probably around Tuesday time is when I shall be doing the next City Bus Manager stream. Or on Tuesday it might be City Skylines 2. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not decided yet. But judging by the fact you've asked and no one else has sort of asked either way. So I think it probably will be City Bus Manager next. I don't even remember what save I was doing on City Bus Manager, to be honest with you. Been very busy, so I've actually not played the game in a good couple of months. Next is Surrey Quays. This will be, oops. So this will actually start being underground. I believe Surrey Quays is underground. Surrey Quays. And then you get Canada Water, which is then all the way over here. And then on the edge of the water you get Wapping, or Rotherhithe actually, sorry. So right over here you'll have Rotherhithe. And then on the opposite side you'll have Wapping. Immediately across. So sort of like this. Although in saying that, you need it to come back up to Shadwell. 250, and then at Shadwell it is a bit of a walk, and then Shadwell 300 meters, so it's a bit wonky, slightly in the wrong place, but that shall do for now, I think. And then Whitechapel Market, so it will be about there is where I'd say the station would be. Crossrail Whitechapel, so it'll be actually quite close to here. Crossrail Whitechapel, which is not what this is going to be. A bit optimistic of it, thinking that we're doing sort of Crossrail already, but give it a good couple of episodes and we will be doing Crossrail, which was an absolute... Actually took everyone by surprise at how like busy it's become, Crossrail, to be honest. I've not used the Elizabeth line in a really good long while, but sort of last time I used it was probably about last May. So a good couple of months ago. It doesn't even feel like it's been that long since the summer, to be fair. Like, it's unbelievable we're going into Christmas. How's everyone doing? Sort of in the chat. And over there, they're going up to Hoxton. I think this here is Hoxton. I'll have to come through and just rename everything because I'm not going to leave it at North London Railway War Memorial because that doesn't make any sense. Then you have Haggerston. These are sort of levitated, so I will... Not levitated, but like they are above ground, and then it goes back down to underground for Dalston Junction, which used to be the terminus for the East London line for a good couple of years before it was actually properly extended to Highbury and Islington. I think originally the plan was for it to just terminate here, but obviously that wouldn't make any sense because then you'd have sort of the North London line coming through here, and it just makes sense to sort of construct that tiny little extension from Dalston Junction all the way over to Highbury and Islington. Oh, Canonbury! That is always the station that I forget. I don't know if anyone has sort of done that tube map guessing the game. That was doing the rounds on Twitter like a couple of weeks ago, but I tried doing that, got up to about 70%, and managed to do the entirety of the overground of the East London line, apart from Canonbury. That was the one station I could not remember. Highbury and Islington. ground level. Build all these blueprints. Oops. Build all these blueprints, I said. And then sort of get the UK track. And then, hang on a minute. Please bear with me, it has been a little while. Move, delete tracks, split, take, create new buildings. It's this one that I want. It is, right. Okay, so get it going over here. Don't know why it's immediately sort of gone above ground. Goes underneath the road here and runs ground level. And then, so this junction over here, Windmill Bridge Junction, is extremely complicated. And I actually believe, so this runs on the ground here, and I believe Southern services into Victoria sort of go above it on a viaduct. That's the word I was looking for. 2023 went quickly and I'm doing great. Do you know what? I'm glad to hear that, Minnie, and I actually feel that sentiment. I can't believe it's almost 2024. That is an insane statement to be making. Because it, as I said, really doesn't feel like it. And hopefully, you know what? Hopefully 2024 actually goes pretty alright, because my 2023 has not been absolutely horrendous. Put this back onto the ground. Connect this up over here. Join it up. Then that'll be one branch off to Crystal Palace. And from Sydenham, get it up. It's at ground level. I will also need to sort of build the express tracks for the Brighton main line, because that does pass through here on its way up to London Bridge. This is 4 tracks, but the sort of platforms are on the outside. So these middle tracks would usually be for the fast trains, which I feel like is a sort of the best way of doing that. I do not understand railways that have 4 tracks, but then you have the fast pair of tracks, say right next to it, and then the slow pair of tracks. I feel like it's better off having the middle ones be fast and then the outer ones sort of being the stopping services, because then that way you're not going to be constantly slowed down if there was ever anything to happen, and then you had to go on these sort of slow tracks. So connect these up. So these are going to be underground, as is this. And then connect up to Shadwell. Connect from Shadwell up to Whitechapel. Whitechapel, infamously, the point where the overground goes under the underground and the underground goes over the overground. Sort of shows you that the naming scheme for the lines in London don't make an ounce of sense. And then sort of, what is good? Oh, this is Shoreditch High Street. So it sort of pokes up above ground around here. It goes onto a viaduct. That's what Shoreditch High Street is sort of a viaduct station. Infamously replaces the old Shoreditch Tube Station, which was in the middle of nowhere. Didn't really serve anyone, and to be fair, it's actually made the entirety of the the East London line actually in general actually really useful. It's a really handy link around London, and sort of from, I guess, sort of kind of central London, because Shoreditch is in Zone 1, but not proper like the City of London. It's still really useful. And over 1 year of the Elizabeth line, that is extremely true. Yes, in the first years, it is absolutely madness to think that the Elizabeth line in its first year is already carrying, I think, 1/3 of all National Rail passengers in the entire country. That is a mind-boggling feat. Hill, again, another not very local station, but did used to traverse the area pretty often. Honor Oak, actually no, it's Honor Oak Park. Honor Oak Park. And then next is Brockley, which is Winter into Beer. Sort of do wish that they named more stations after like pub names, but that's not what they did in the UK. Otherwise Sydenham would have been called the Greyhound. What is this? So this is Brockley, but they do decide to name it after veg, which doesn't make very much sense, and a disgusting one at that. New Cross Gate, just leave it at that. Naming passengers, and then we have the sidings, and then here is Surrey Quays. Very much a high density of stations in this area, and also sort of where you find the highest frequency of trains on the Overground network. I actually think, because here you also get the Crystal Palace branch, you get the New Cross branch, you get the West Croydon branch, and you get the Clapham branch, all heading up to either Dalston Junction or Highbury and Islington. So I feel like this is where you get sort of a train once every couple of minutes, which is insane for, that's also the correct name, so I don't need to change that. Sort of insane for a National Rail service. It's almost tube-like on this section, which is crazy. So this is Rotherhithe. Use the name and passengers. And then over here is Wapping, not the same, St. Peter's London Dock School Primary School. Wapping, Shadwell, and then Crossrail Whitechapel. We'll just change that to Whitechapel. And passengers, and then this is Shoreditch High Street. Shoreditch High Street. And then after that we have Hoxton. Because after it is Haggerston, not the Hive, Dalston, as nice as it is. Never actually gone this far on the Overground, to be honest. Dalston Junction. Quite a lot of junctions on the East London line. You have North Junction, Dalston Junction, and then you have Canonbury, I assume I spelled that right. And then Highbury, Brewhouse and Kitchen Highbury. Nope, it's going to be Highbury and Islington. And then use name and passengers. And then after that, set up a brand new railway line. Create a new line. So we'll use the sort of the East London line when it was on the tube map as its own tube line, sort of had a much more paler shade of orange for the East London line, whereas if you look at the Overground today, it's more darker, it's more this sort of shade. That's more the Overground. This over here is more the East London line. So I feel like I'm going to go back to its iconic roots. Hello Crazy, kind of playing Transport Fever 2 campaign. Oh, nice. Let me know how that goes. I've actually never played any of the campaign game in the Transport Fever series or the Train Fever ones either beforehand. So base ticket price, $1.75, I believe it is now, still on TfL. Price per kilometre, you're not going to be paying any extra. The high, actually no, you do pay. You do pay a bit, so you pay 25 pence for the extra kilometre you go. So this will be the East London line, and then code. It shall be West Croydon up to H&I. Need to take a look at the station code for Highbury and Islington because I don't remember that off the top of my head. Highbury and Islington station code. I've done chapter 1 so far, currently chapter 2, mission 2. They're quite fun, not gonna lie. I might actually might have to put it aside to do myself, because I have seen when the game first came out, Transport Fever 2, I did see quite a few Let's Plays of it, but it wasn't really something. I more prefer like delving straight into the sandbox almost for those sort of transport games. So I never do like the campaigns or anything. And it also does confuse me slightly as to why they even have a campaign, because it would be weird, say, if a game like City Skylines 2 had a campaign. But have you heard of this scheme to rename the Overground lines? I have. And I am very much in favour for that, because I believe currently the Overground lines are extremely confusing. If you're at a tube station, especially a major one, say London Bridge, Bank, doesn't even need to be that, but I think those are the main ones where you get those announcements where it's like, there's currently a good service on the rest of the lines. And then like when they go like, there's minor delays on the London Overground. And then you're like, that doesn't really narrow it down, because that could literally be in Cheshunt, that could be in Chingford, or that could be in Croydon, or that could be in Richmond, or that could be in Liverpool Street. It's like there's very many different sort of branches. So service level closed. Service level will be passenger service. Be in a loop, so I'll need to add some stations. So it'll go from West Croydon. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to buy trains. I haven't even designated what stops it should go into. So West Croydon, and then Norwood Junction, then Annerley, Penge West, Sydenham, Forest Hill, Honour Oak Park, Brockley, New Cross Gate, Surrey Quays, Canada Water, Rotherhithe, Wapping, Shadwell, Whitechapel, Shoreditch High Street, Hoxton, Haggerston, Dalston Junction, Canonbury, and Highbury and Islington. And then send it all the way back. Not going to do it for the route back, because that would be a bit tedious. But we could also do some sort of secret services as well. Could do the extra. So actually, I'm going to need to look at how many overground stations there are. Overground station count. I think there is 112. Yeah, it says 112, but technically there are 113 stations because in train diagrams and maps never show you the overground station at Battersea Park, because that technically does have an overground service, but it's a parliamentary service. Right, so get some new trains. Let's see if we can get the 378s. I do believe I have them. So I have the 377s. Do you have the 378s? Get 378-2s. Might do what the what TfL did first, which was a massive mistake. They ran free car trains on the London Overground. Can you imagine that at sort of like Canada Water now? It doesn't make any sense, but that's what they did first, before swiftly extending them to 4 cars, and then shortly after that extended them to 5 cars. So pick sort of, I could pick also the updated one, the special livery, but I'm not going to be doing that. It's going to be sort of base model, and I'll get 5. Ooh, let's do 8 trains. I feel like that's a good amount for the East London line. And then sort of, let's see if they'll start. Yeah, there we go. So now they are actually sort of doing their thing, going up and down between Highbury and Islington and West Croydon. On top of that, or actually, 8, it might be a bit much for the West Croydon branch. I might take 2 trains off that. Should I take 4 trains off that and put 4 trains onto the Crystal Palace branch? Or put 6 trains on this? It's a good question now, because I feel like 8 trains might be a bit overkill. So what I'll do is I'll probably take 4 of those and sell them. So there's only 4 trains, and then after that, default timings, line duration, period of week, evenly on all stops, manually pick stops. So at West Croydon, they shall sit for about custom time. No, not custom speed. Want custom time. Fixed departure. Okay, I cannot remember how to set service frequency. Depart at 01. No, I think I want them to depart every 15 and apply. So implied stop time for 15 minutes. Seems a bit much, so I want them to stop there for about 5 minutes. And then main platform, secondary platform signal. So when they're there, then your secondary platform can be down here. And then at sort of Highbury and Islington, which I think I've gone past. Haggerston, Canonbury, Highbury and Islington. When I arrive at Highbury and Islington, stop time, fixed departure time. There you go. Actually, I was doing that wrong. So they'll stop here for about 3 minutes because obviously we're going to get the Crystal Palace trains as well. So apply that. So 3 minutes, and then whilst they're sat down here, the secondary platform signal shall be this one over here. So if they arrive over there, then the second platform could be that. So they'll wait there for 3 minutes, then they wait down at West Croydon for 5 custom time. Yep. So they'll wait there for 5 minutes. So 2 minutes longer down here, but that makes sense because then we'll also have the Crystal Palace trains up here, which will only wait for 2 minutes. And that should hopefully sort of even that out. I think, if I remember correctly, there is a way of adding sort of a separate service. Create a new depot line, create a new... could do that, or I might just delete that for now. Delete that. See, because this one does have a sort of different one, but I can't remember how to do that. Create new line? No, I think I'm doing that wrong. Delete this line. The East London line. Create a new line service. There we go. That's actually what I wanted to do. So don't copy from parent. What I'd want to do is sort of delete West Croydon, delete Norwood Junction, delete Annerley, Penge West, and then Sydenham, Norwood Junction. Actually, no, hang on a minute. So Annerley, Penge West, Sydenham. So it goes from Sydenham, Forest Hill, up to Highbury and Islington, back down to Canada Water, New Cross Gate, Honour Park, Forest Hill, Sydenham, and Norwood Junction. Actually, no, it doesn't need Norwood Junction. Sydenham, and then so what it does just mean is I can't really actually give them an extra stop, which is annoying. That is also sort of like a service variation, if you like. I might also just add an extra stop at add stops to line. So from sort of Sydenham. But then I can't change. Yeah, okay, this is a bit annoying. So what I'll actually do is I'll probably delete this East London line -1, and what I'll do is I'll just create a new line, which will also be the East London line. East London line, and it will be from Crystal Palace down to Highbury and Islington. That's Cannon Street. Trying to remember what Crystal Palace. I don't think it is Cry. CRP. It might be Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace station code. Need to get it off the top of my head. Hello, Omari. By the way, there's a modern workshop that lets you enable a map layer and shows you all the railways. You should have to select Crystal Palace in the main one and then 2 separate line services. Right, I see what you mean. So CYP. Okay, do you know what? I'll do that then. So delete that. Delete that. Does just mean I will have to delete the trains that I've just done, but that's okay. So that's West Croydon. So that's the entire line service. I'll move all the trains that are on here onto sort of. What are these doing? Destination, replace clone. And then, so that's the East London line. So this is that, and then create a. Add a new stop after Sydenham. So after Sydenham, add it at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. There we go. And then down here, where's Crystal Palace? Remove Crystal Palace. Norwood Junction, Highbury and Islington, Shoreditch, Shadwell, Crystal Palace. Remove that because we don't want it to go to Crystal Palace. Purchase trains. We'll get 6 trains, I'd say, for this. Purchase new trains down there. Remove these. So sell these selection. And then down here, suffix -2, this will be West Croydon. West Croydon branch. And then down here, add in a new line service. This one will be skipping all these, so it'll be Sydenham, Norwell Junction, Anley Penge West, so it'll go to Crystal Palace instead. And then this will be the Crystal Palace. And then this one will get 3 trains on it. Doing that. And then default timings, don't really want that. So another thing I shall do, just in the meantime, so it'll have same properties from the parent one, so it'll be yeah, so it'll wait at sort of hybrid in Islington for 3 minutes, which I think is what they do here. And then at Crystal Palace, I would want them to just wait. See if I can get Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, I'd want them to wait for 2 minutes. And if they come to the station and there's already a train here, then at this signal, they can then go into the other platform over there. And we'll sort of see how that works. So, do we have any trains going down to Crystal Palace? We do. Yeah, so this is going down to Crystal Palace and this is going down to West Croydon. Only problem is, they're following each other, which I didn't want them to do. I want them to sort of be evenly spaced. So I've sort of messed this. He puts it as 3 seconds. Well, there's some explicit, words, choice words I want to use, which I can't. You have to sex Crystal Palace, main one. Are you doing the London Overground? Yes, right now I am doing the Overground. The next thing I shall do is expand the district line, since that is in the title, and that is what I originally wanted to do, but was suggested to do the Overground, so here I am working out the service pattern on this. It's been so long since I literally played this game last. I think last time I streamed it, probably played it a week afterwards, and then that's the last time I touched this game, so I've forgotten everything to do with this. Service level passenger, Crystal Palace. So I've set it to be 2 seconds. That's not what I want. Change it so it's not 2 seconds. It's to hang on a minute. Minutes. Okay, I see what I've done. There we go. So I do want it to be 2 minutes. That's 3 seconds, and I do want that to be 3 minutes. At Highbury in Islington, so it says 5 minutes at West Croydon, 3 minutes at Crystal Palace. Will this? I think this will eventually even out. On auto run line, you can choose what time they leave their first stop. Can I? On auto run line. Oh, there you go. Oh, that makes sense. First train departure. On fixed manual interval. It's manual interval of every 15 minutes, I'd say. Which is what I'd want it to do. So every 15 minutes on that. Auto interval every 14. I would not want it to do that. Probably every 15 as well. That I think puts it as 15 seconds. Not really ideal. It did. There we go. So it takes about some line. Oh, this is absolutely mind-boggling. You can also see how long it takes for them to do a full return. So a full return takes about an hour, is what I'd say. So an hour and 7 minutes. That makes sense. That's the Crystal Palace branch, and then it takes an hour and 24, so it takes 17 minutes longer to get down to Croydon. That's not too bad. So in 15 minutes, it means that sort of works out. That gives them 6 minutes either end. So 3 minutes each, ideally, is actually what they should be having. So I might change the wait at West Croydon, since that is a bit too long. So apply that. So then 3 minutes there, 3 minutes there. That sort of does make it pretty good. And then for the Crystal Palace branch, so sort of 8 minutes is what we're looking at. Highbury and Islington, they get 3 minutes. So then 5 minutes at Crystal Palace is it should have. So I'll increase that to 5 minutes. And now they should be evenly spaced. Should be every 7.5 minutes. And they should not be leapfrogging each other. You know, here they sort of... okay, to be fair, I wouldn't call it leapfrogging, because it is still pretty far distance, actually, in saying that. This Crystal Palace train is waiting for this West Croydon train, which is a 9, so that's CP... so that's East London Line. CYP, this is West Croydon. Right, okay, so this section, I don't know what's happened here. Maybe I have one too many trains. Boggles the mind a bit. But I think the next thing that I shall do is probably extend the district line. Because right now it terminates at... where does it even terminate? Bromley by Bow? Yeah, it terminates at Bromley by Bow. So next up I want it to go up to Bow Roads, will be here. So tracks, get the stations, create stations. So this will be underground. The depth of 2, I think. High speed, don't need high speed. This is just a tube. I mean, getting it above about 30 miles per hour is high speed. Say about 200 meters works for the tube. Then after that you have Mile End, which is, where is this? By Grove Road, so that's this one, because it says Mile End Station. Funny how that works. Put that like that, 200 meters. Tube stations are shorter than National Rail stations, apart from when you're, oh, Stepney Green's the next one, apart from when you're at Elizabeth Line stations. Those are even longer than mainline stations. Stepney Green is Whitechapel. God, Moon in between, so it's down here. That's Stepney Green station. I recommend when building stations to turn off the 2 things on the top left. That just makes those buildings and they cost money. The 2 things on the top left. Which ones? Create stations, double track. Oh, these ones. Auto append build and base and auto append direction signals. So not to do... so basically not to do any platforms. Floors and ceilings. Will we have City Bus Manager on the Croydon save? Yes, we shall. That will, since you're the second person to ask for that, that will be the next video that comes out on Tuesday. The next live stream I do will be on that, on the City Bus Manager save. Okay, so famously, gonna get the sort of underground to go over the overground here. 200 meters. Turn on auto append signals though. Well, did kind of mess that one up. I'll undo that and then do this with signals. I was thinking to myself, I was like, signals are kind of useful. I don't really want my trains to go boom in massive fireballs, but you know, like, I take you as a professional in this game because I have no idea what I'm doing, so that is sort of my mistake there, if you like. I definitely don't want to be recreating that, not on the tube, because that's the last thing we need. So around Bishopsgate, then we have Liverpool Street, so that's Aldgate East, then Tower Hill. Tower Hill, to be honest with you, I feel like I'm just going to connect with Tower Gateway, just for simplicity's sake. I know they're separate stations, but there's such a large, just so many stations in this one vicinity that honestly, it's just better. Tower Gateway. And then after that, we have sort of monument, which again is attached to bank. So I will attach this to bank. 200 meters. That going down there, and then after that we have Cannon Streets, which I believe should be just over here. Okay, so such is the density of tube stations in central London that actually Cannon Street is supposed to be here, right next to Monument. So I suppose, and then over here is supposed to be Mansion House. This just doesn't feel right, to be honest. Right, well I guess I'll reduce it down to 150 meters, so that then I can get Mansion House in here as well. Mansion House. And then after that is Blackfriars, which is just over here. 150. After Blackfriars we have Temple, which is right on the sort of riverside, 200 meters, and after that we have Embankment, which will be right by Charing Cross. And then after that, I think for the district line, I'm going to be extending it down to Earl's Court, that sort of area. Sort of see what the passenger numbers are like, because obviously this I feel like is almost the densest I've done the stations. I say almost because, to be fair, the actual DLR stations are a lot closer together than the underground ones, but I feel like if I do the Circle line and the District line, that pretty much covers the entirety of central London, and then there isn't really much point in doing other tube lines. But obviously I will do like the Northern line, probably the Crossrail, Elizabeth line. I think those are some of the lines that will come in as well. And then Central line, I suppose. I don't know. So after Embankment, obviously we have Westminster. And then Westminster is around Parliament Square, so that's where Westminster would be. Fifthly is actually called Winston Churchill, which I don't mind. Then after that we have St James's Park, which can't actually work out from the map where that would be. Sort of by a roundabout, that doesn't make any sense. So that's Victoria. It's sort of in a straight line, so it's around here, I think. It'll be here. Yeah, that would be where St James's Park is. I'm not gonna... do I have to name it Costa? Giving them free brand promotion. And then Victoria. Interchange concourse, of course it is. Oh, actually, I feel like, to be fair, now that I say that, Victoria line, that's a really easy solution to do next. Do the Hammersmith City around Liverpool Street. I could do, actually, to be fair. And then at that point, I'd pretty much have the entirety of the subsurface lines, because I'd have the district down to Ealing Broadway. Did I say Ealing Broadway? I don't want it down to Ealing Broadway, down to Earl's Court. Then I'd have the Hammersmith City all the way around to sort of Hammersmith, and also the Circle line doing the entire lasso. Then after that we have Sloane Square, which is around here. That's Sloane Square. For 100 and 200 meters. There you go. And then after Sloane Square, South Kensington, which is on Cromwell Road. Let's see, I think this will be here. I have thought wrong. It's actually here. That's where South Kensington is. Then after that, Gloucester Road. And after Gloucester Road, we get Earl's Court, which is a massive interchange station for the district line, because every single branch of it goes through here, including the forgotten about Kensington Olympia branch, which to be fair, whilst we're here, might as well include it. So that's the branch that goes up to here, which is around here, I believe, Kensington Row. So here is Kensington Olympia, which I'll fit it out to be a full-size National Rail station. So it just was included in District Line platforms, because that's what it is in real life. Funnily enough, I have actually been to Kensington Olympia on a District Line train. And that was like a stroke of luck, because it was during rush hour, and they have a tendency to actually be cancelled last moment. They maybe have them met up to Harrow on the Hill. On the way to Hammersmith, does the Circle Line skip Edgware Road? No, it does not actually. It serves Edgware Road twice. You wouldn't think it, and it is a question I had when first riding the Underground a couple of years ago. I was like, is there really any point for the Circle Line to serve Edgware Road twice? And it does. And also, when it was properly a circle before it turned into a lasso, the Circle Line did used to have them. They could change into like a Hammersmith City Line, a District Line train, or a Metropolitan Line train at Edgware Roads. Actually, not Metropolitan, because that doesn't serve Edgware Road, but the point still stands. It could turn into any. Used to be Metropolitan Line before the 1990s, when the Hammersmith City became its own line. So next up, Liverpool Street. So from Mile End, this is Aldgate East. Wait, actually no, it's not. This is Aldgate East. Then it will be in Bishopsgate. Then you sort of have Moorgate. So Bishopsgate, and then Moorgate. Crossrail site. Sort of shows you how just out of date this is. So this here is Barbican. Fittingly is just called Subway. Then we have Farringdon, which is close enough to the actual location of it. Doesn't need to be geographically pinpoint. Then after that we have King's Cross St Pancras, but I feel like there's a station in between. Does it go straight from Farringdon to King's Cross? Fair enough. Then after that, King's Cross. Not really the post office, but more the station, but whatever. Then Euston Square. Never realised how close Warren Street and Euston Square actually are. So that's around here. Euston Circus is actually Euston Square. Then after that, we have Great Portland Street. It's just before Regent's Park. Looking at a map of the tube, it does actually... Sorry, I should say a geographically accurate map of the tube. It does make you realise just how close some of these stations are. Never realised Regent's Park was right next to Great Portland Street. And then Edgware Road, next to Bakerloo Line Edgware Road, which is... Let's see... So it's just down here, so it will be here, I believe, is Edgware Road. Or is that Edgware Road? Because it's just before Paddington. I'd actually say, no, it's here. This is Edgware Road. And after that, you have Paddington. The station, not the Bear. And it's also the Underground station. Famously, two separate stations for Paddington, one for the sort of Metropolitan Line, and then one for the District Line, which obviously now Metropolitan doesn't serve sort of Paddington anymore. But that's the Hammersmith City and Circle Line station, and then District Line and Circle is separate. Then after that, you have Westbourne Park. So over here is Royal Oak. And after that, Latmere Road, which is right next to the site of Grenfell. That's the other reason why I know that. I've been to that station. Actually, no, it's not Latmere Road. I think it's Goldhawk Road. Is it... No, I think it is Latmere Road, because I believe that's where I got on after I went around in that area. After that, you have Wood Lane, which is right by where the BBC Television Centre is. Then Shepherd's Bush Market. These have all been sort of underground, even though around here it does pop above ground. Just realised that, so I'll change that. So it's a Shepherd's Bush Market and Goldhawk Road. 200 metres. Then, finally, terminating at Hammersmith, again, its own separate station, even though there's 2 stations here. So that sort of completes the circle. And where's the conflict? Oh, it's literally just down here. Oh. That's pretty simple to resolve, to be honest. There we go. Build all this. And then now actually build some more tracks. So what we've got to do, so branch off here. Yes, it is at the moment connected to the sort of C2C. Is that even connected? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, no, that is definitely connected. Okay. Okay, I regret messing with that because that's done something horrendous. Right. So then get this around over here. Get this around there. So I'll sort of do the service pattern before I change the name of the stations. Get this down here and then get one that goes around here to go around into here to connect here. And then on top of that, I will also... Oh, I do need to put Aldgate though, Aldgate Station, before I do that. Because there is a station here, funnily enough. Aldgate Station. Again, sort of glad that there we go. That might be a bit too far for it to actually connect up. Oh, it just about connects actually, to be fair. There you go. So I have Aldgate, Aldgate East, Tower Gateway Bank. Sorry, Tower Gateway and Tower Hill, I should say. And then, why is it? Oh, do you know what? I actually think it's changed some of my station names because this definitely used to be Fenchurch Street. I definitely remember changing the name of that to Fenchurch Street. High density of stations down here. Get them all connected with one another. Around to Embankment and then Westminster. Sort of St James's Park, Victoria, South Kensington. Is this South Kensington? That's probably South Kensington. Gonna be honest, don't really remember the station names in this part of London. And then that's Earl's Court. Or is it? No, that's... Hang on a second. What is this station? Oh, this is Kensington Olympia, of course. That makes a lot of sense now. Kensington Olympia, right, and then at Hammersmith, get all this up on the viaduct. Oops, there we go. We can get this around here. Get this on the ground because it does actually run alongside the National Rail services into Paddington, the the subsurface lines, before it sort of ducks down around Westbourne Park, so the Great Western Main Line services can actually get into Paddington. Then now we're underground, Marylebone, University College London, King's Cross, and then going down. All these station names are actually horrendously wrong, but that, for the most part, is the entire subsurface network. Mess up. It was probably the map update. Probably was the map update, to be honest. Because let's see, West India Quay, Canary Wharf, Heron Quay, South Quay, Island Gardens, Greenwich, Alderson. It's actually sort of. You know what? It has only messed up Fenchurch Street, I think, because all other stations aren't actually incorrect. Right, so go through here. So this one is... Okay. Hang on a minute. Bromley by Bow. This is Bromley Road. Let's see. This is another, like, good test to see how much I remember the tube. So this is Bromley... Bow Road. Bow Road. Yep. Don't use that. Use passenger only. Doesn't also need to be the entire area. Down to there. Then after this, we have, what's this, Mile End. Mile End. Name of passengers. And then over here we have Stepney Green. Stepney Green. Full. Put this down to half. Done. That's Whitechapel. That's fine. This is Aldgate East. Aldgate East. Full. Name and passengers only. Put this down to half. That's Aldgate. You can just leave it as it is. Tower Gateway. Rename that to Tower Gateway / Tower Hill. Tower Gateway / Hill. Since I'm putting them as the same station. So this is Fenchurch Street. And then put that down like that. Then we have Bank Monument. Name and passengers. Snappity Snaps. This is not Cannon Street. This is Cannon Street actually. Cannon Street. Name and passengers. Mostly just used for the railway station, the mainline station. After that, you have Mansion House. Name and passengers only. Reduce down the sort of area if you like. Blackfriars is correct, so that doesn't need changing. After that, we have Temple. So reduce that down to half. Temple. And then Embankment Pier. Not correct, but sort of getting there, getting quite close. Reduce down to half. Winston Churchill is actually Westminster. Passenger. There we go. Costa Pronta is St James's Park, with or without the apostrophe S. I don't know because not even the station signage knows. Interchange Concourse. Oh sure. I'd hope it's not Intercourse Concourse. That'd be confusing. Roads. This is Victoria. Reduce that down. After that, we have Sloane Square. Sloane Square. Square. Get that correct. And then South Kensington, I think this one is. South Kensington. And then after South Kensington, I've actually done a pretty good streak without having to check. But after that, it's Gloucester Road. I did forget that. How do you spell Gloucester? I know there's a C somewhere in there. Gloucester Road. Full name and passengers. Where's there supposed to be a road? That's full. That's Blackfriars. Don't care. Mansion House, Cannon Street. Then after that, we have Earl's Court. I could actually extend it up to Hammersmith, considering that I think that is the next station. No, because then we have West Kensington and Barons Court. So 2 more stations in between. Can't be bothered to build those. That's extra money. And as you can see, we're a bit low on our balance. 83 million in the bank. Don't feel like spending any more. Edward Olga. This is Kensington Olympia. Kensington Olympia. Passengers only. Hammersmith Police Station. Hammersmith HNC. To use its official name, its full name, because I'm fed up with it. What did I just click there? Okay, that was a bit strange. Costa. After that, you have Goldhawk Road. Hawk Road. And passengers. And then after that, Shepherd's Bush Market, which, to be fair, is actually correct for once. Then after that, you have White City. Then White City, which feels like it has racist connotations, to be honest, but gloss over those. Then after that, you have Latmere. I think there's an N here in Latmere. There is not. Latmere Road. Don't know why I thought there was an N in that mere road. I think because I'm thinking of like the person's name spelling. So Westbourne Park. Westbourne Park. Passengers, reduce that down, and then after that, Royal Oak. Royal Oak. Reduce that down. Bearing up, Paddington Bear. Nope, this is just Paddington, which is HNC. Which stands for the Hammersmith and City lines and Circle lines. That's what the NC stands for. After that, Edgware Road. Edgware. Is that? I don't. Am I spelling? No, because it's not with an E. It's not with an E. It's just Edgware Road. Finally completed mission too. Wow, that took some time. How was that? 30,000 around Edgware Road, and then after that we have. Oh, I don't want to check. What is it? It's next to Regent's Park. It is. Damn, it is literally right on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. Anything that will give me a hint. Then King's Cross, Euston Square. What is next to? Do you know what? That's really annoying. It's on the tip of my tongue. This here is Euston Square. Oops. Square full. Naming passengers. Down to that. Down there. And then, what is it? It is Great Portland Street. Never mind, it was not on the tip of my tongue. I was never going to have guessed that. Great Portland Street. Then King's Cross. Should be King's Cross St Pancras, but that's a mouthful. Can't be bothered to type that all out. And around Clerkenwell, that's Farringdon. Whoops. Farringdon. Thameslink station as well. Subway is... Oh, we're going to have to check the map because I cannot for the life of me remember. Barbican. That's what it is. Barbican. Naming passengers, reduce that down a bit. And then at Crossrail site office, this is of Moorgate, which obviously doesn't have a Crossrail station, but the Crossrail station at Liverpool Street is so long that it does actually connect up to Moorgate, as does the Crossrail station at Farringdon, connects up with Barbican. Liverpool Street. There we go. So that's sort of our service pattern. So now, with the district line, what are we going to do from Bromley by Bow? I can find it. Bromley by Bow, West Ham. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll add stops to this line. So it'll go from there, Bromley by Bow, then it'll go Bow Road, Mile End, Stepney Green, Whitechapel, Aldgate East, Tower Hill, Monument, Cannon Street, Mansion House, around Blackfriars, Temple, Embankment, Westminster, St James's Park, Victoria, Sloane Square, South Kensington, Gloucester Road, and then Earl's Court. And then after that, it will come down Sloane Square, Victoria, St James's Park, Embankment, Temple. So it will be extended. And go into there. Aldgate East, Whitechapel, Stepney Green, Mile End, Bow Road, and then the sort of time interval at, where is it? Bromley by Bow. So I don't want it to time at Bromley by Bow, and yeah, I wouldn't want it to do that, but at Barking, which is where it's terminated at the moment. So I can find Barking on this list. It's a very long list. Basically an impossible task. Since everyone that will go through central London up to Highbury and Islington will have a chance to chain. Well, have to. I can't read. We'll just pretend it's the old abandoned King's Cross station. That is actually very true. The old abandoned Thameslink platforms. Maybe you should make the Northern City line, since everyone will change at Whitechapel. You are right, actually. To be fair, this might overload the poor district line at Whitechapel. Hey, thanks for that, East Lancs. I do approve of your name. Don't know why this is flashing red, so that's sort of scaring me. Mile End, Stepney Green. So at Earl's Court, do you want it to also just stop custom time? Stay there for about maybe 10 minutes. I'd say 10 minutes. Oops. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. 10 minutes. So it stays there for a bit. And then at Barking, it can stay and wait for sort of 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So there is a bit of recovery time. So secondary signal. So over there, then it can go into this platform. Into there. So that should be fine. Quite a few trains complaining that they don't know really what they're doing. That's okay. Okay, so that's fixed that. Then I'll do the same at, where is it? Earl's Court. Gloucester Road, South Kensington. There it is, Earl's Court. Secondary platform signal. So that it can go into the platform. Mess that up, should be that one. Okay, so what I shall do now from here is I'll change it so that there is then also a service variation. Would want some more sort of, there was a way to like copy it. I do want to change it so that it's not these two car class 484s, even though they are the closest ones to the D stock. Don't have any D stock trains. It's unfortunate, but I think I do have the S stock somewhere. Either way, get it up to 4 cars, get another like 6, 7, 8 trains onto the line. I'll create a specifically new service, which will just be the Olympia branch. Yeah, branch. Base ticket price £1.80. Colour same sort of green as that. Then add in stops to the line. So you'll go from Earl's Court up to Kensington Olympia and then back. Kensington Olympia can get this, and then it can get to the second platform of over there, and then hang on. And then I can time it so that it's like a once a week sort of service. Yeah, so sort of make this be a it's a week service. First train departure. And I fix manual interval. Manual interval probably once every like 5 hours. Do that, and then purchase 1 new train. Doesn't need to be. I've just added 8 trains onto the Olympia before a hunch. That. Oh my god, I'm actually just going to get the sack, sell this section. Then after that, what we'll need to do is the new lines. Need to create a new line. This shall be the Hammersmith and City line. The HNC, and that is... would be nice if I could get the hex codes for sort of the Hammersmith City line. city line is probably about that shade, I'd say. Base ticket price, £1.80. Price per kilometre, 50 pence. Then add stops, so it'll go from Barking, sort of into here, Upton Park, around Plaistow, West Ham, Bromley by Bow Road, Mile End, Stepney, Whitechapel, Aldgate East, Liverpool Street. Okay, for some reason that's not working. Let's go down to Tower Hill. Look at that in a bit. Moorgate, Farringdon, King's Cross, Euston, Great Portland Street, Paddington, Westbourne Park, Latmere Road, Shepherd's Bush, Goldhawk Road, and then Hammersmith. Going all the way back. Whitechapel, Latmere Road, Westbourne Park, Westbourne Royal. Westbourne Royal? I'm just making up station names now. Liverpool Street, Aldgate East. Still has to do the exact same thing. Bit strange. I'll need to look into that. Bromley Road, Bromley by Bow even. Going down there, Upton Park, East Ham. Then back down to Barking. Buy some S-stock trains. Don't have them. So for the 1992 stock, could just pretend like these are the C stocks, and on these are 484s. Get 8 new trains, auto run this. Oh, not enough money to purchase trains. So I have actually hit the point where we are pretty broke. But just let the service sort of let it run for a bit. See how that manages. I also just realised I've not set it to be a passenger service. That is a bit of a problem. But do it like that. I have one train. And they're now gridlocked at Barking. How have I managed that? Occupied. What is happening? Right. So at Barking. District line. Okay, firstly, close this. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so trains gonna need to intervene. The district line. All of these here, intervene. There we go. I'm a bit confused as to why. Oh. Okay, why has this happened? That's gotten stuck. Right. I'm also not able to use this piece of track. It's just not connected properly. Do this. What on earth has happened here? No, don't want it. Don't want that. Okay, this is extremely weird. Build this. Build lines. The Hammersmith City is still trying to do that. I am properly confused as to what I have done here, because I have somehow messed this up royally. Right, that's not actually really not what I wanted to do. I don't know why it's doing that. That's worrying. Don't really want to build that. Undo that, if I'm being honest. Go to train. But I get it. These trains are stuck. Let's intervene selection. Intervention. Reset train. Intervention. Reset train. Okay, so we are slowly hemorrhaging and losing a lot of money. Not ideal, not ideal. Maybe if I tried... Okay, this selection... All this here needs to be deleted. Delete these objects because they're all completely wrong. I've deleted the station as well. Nothing can go right. Station. Oh, I didn't delete any station. Actually, never mind. What am I doing? No station there. What I shall do is actually not connect this up like this. Build that. Does this then, for now, actually fix Hammersmith City line? Let me buy bow. It does. Okay, well that's at least sorted for now. The other problem we do have is the fact that barking, for some reason, just doesn't really work. Which I feel like is a result of my planning. Come over to Bromley by Bow, barking. The signal, I think I've messed up. I've put it, I think it should be more that. I think, hopefully that fixes it. So now if we let the simulation run for a bit, should be fine. So far, it actually looks like it's working, which makes a really nice change. Oh my god, that was an absolute headache and a half to try and deal with. High Street, Kensington to Olympia. I think if you copy the hex code from the internet and paste it into the game, that might work. So you could have some District Line trains terminate at Tower Hill. That's actually true. Some of them do actually terminate at Tower Hill in real life. But I think for now it's working fine. So I think this is as good as any place to actually leave this episode here. Thank everyone for actually making it this far. If you have made it this far and you're new here, do be sure to leave this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and also subscribe for more, because I do try to stream once every single week. Next stream will be on Tuesday evening, and it will be a City Bus Manager stream, so do be sure to be subscribed with notifications so you're notified of when that does go live. But with that being said, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and you've enjoyed this